So in this morning's Adventures in Prosperity, it's day 27, we are going to be wrapping up discussing what Wallace Wattles talks about in The Science of Getting Rich, Chapter 12, Efficient Action. I want to share with you one more idea that Wallace Wattles talks about in his book, this wonderful book, The Science of Getting Rich. And in chapter 12. I'm Alan Vukas, and I'm so glad that you can join me every day. I take some time, Monday through Fridays, I take some time to contemplate the principles of prosperity, to support myself and to support you as well in us awakening from the trance of scarcity, the trance of not enough, where we believe that there's not enough time, energy, money, resources, opportunity, harmony, strength, stamina, vitality, friends, whatever it is, that we have been convinced that somehow we are living in some zero-sum universe where there's only so many pieces of pie, and if someone else gets your pie, then you're without, and you're out of luck. But that's not what we know to be true. We know this to be true from the universe. The universe shows us all around a life of abundance and always more. And so if by us spending some time contemplating those ideas and those principles, then by us allowing that idea to seep into our consciousness that there is more than enough, there is, and I can cooperate and collaborate with this thing called life itself. It is seeking to express on an even larger way that as we know that, then we are then free to act on that knowing. Because as we think in a certain way, then we are inspired to act in a certain way. And Wallace Wattles, and just to catch you up, Wallace Wattles talks about if we are going to get rich, and however you define rich, whatever that life that you would love to live, your authentic life, where you are being and doing and having what it is that you love, where you can sit back and say, I love my life, then that is rich. And Wallace Wattles says that in order for us to get rich, for us to have the experience of that life that we would love, then it is necessary that we think in a certain way and we act in a certain way. So there's early videos you can go back and watch about thinking in a certain way. I'm going to touch on it briefly just here, but I want to wrap up on the last video, the last Facebook Live. I had shared some about in acting in a certain way, about the action that we need to take. Every day, what we need to do, Wallace Wattles says, in acting in a certain way, we need to take action every day. And whatever action it is that is right in front of us. Not always, now, if we believed that the vision that we have of what we would love to be, do, and have, our relationship, we need to create, and you can go back and check out some earlier videos about that, but we need to create in our minds and have in our minds a vision of the life we would love to live. We need to embrace that, because we are surrounded by this formless substance from which everything is made. We are, in fact, a wave on that ocean of this thinking formless substance. We are a form in that substance. And because we are made up of that, we have the same creative power and ability, the same nature of that stuff, of life. And when we impress on it a thought or an image of form, then life clothes that thought and that image with whatever is necessary and needed for it to be manifest here on the material plane in our experience. So it's very important for us to have an image, a vision of what we would love to have, to be, to do in our health, our relationships, our work, our hobbies, our emotional life, our spirituality, our time and money freedom, all of the areas. And there might be some areas that are calling to you specifically that says, where I'm at right now is not where I want to be. I have an image of where I would have to be. Well, then get clear on that and hold that in mind. and then begin to take action on it. If you believed that it is possible for you to live that life, and we've convinced our minds that we can have that, this is the thinking in a certain way, then we need to begin taking action. We'll be inspired to take action on those things. So if you believed that it was possible to have the love of your life, or to be in the best shape of your life, or to have, to be walking in financial freedom, doing work that you love, with people you love, having the time and the money freedom to express your talents and abilities. If you believed that it was possible to have all of that, then what's one thing you can do today that would move you in that direction? So it's important to bring that into the formula. But what was even more important, and I spoke about this in the last video, what are you called to do today? What is yours to do today? Because if we spend our time wishing away and trying to push away our current circumstances, it's like, I don't want to eat the peas. I don't want to eat the dinner. I want to eat the dessert first. Well, as we know, what's in front of us, dessert is a given. It is coming as we clear the plate that is in front of us. So what's yours to do today? In your work, in your relationships, in taking care of your health and your body. What can you do today where you're currently at? By doing so, it's like going to the other side of the monkey bars. In order to get to the next one, you need to cross the one where you're at. So what's in front of you today? But I'm going to share with you one more thing that Wallace Wattles talks about in his book. He says that it is really not the number of things that we do. I'm talking about doing one thing or doing what's in front of you. He says it's really not the number of things that we do, but the efficiency of each separate action that counts. Every act we take, he says, is either in itself either a success or a failure. Every act is in itself either effective or inefficient. And the title of this chapter is Efficient Action. And he says on page 85, the cause of failure is doing too many things in an inefficient manner and not doing enough things in an efficient manner. Well, what is required, or how can we do things in an efficient manner? Well, he shares it on page 86. Every act can be made strong and efficient by holding your vision while you're doing it and putting the whole power of your faith and purpose into it. Do every day all that you can do that day, and do every act in an efficient manner. Well, how do we make our acts, or the things that we're doing today, powerful and efficient? I'll read it again. Every act can be made strong and efficient by holding your vision while you're doing it and putting the whole power of your faith and purpose into it. And he has faith and purpose in capital letters right there. Faith and purpose. Faith and purpose. What does that mean? What does it mean to put the whole power of your faith and purpose into it? Well, your faith and the purpose is the what of your vision, of the life that you would love to live. The faith is the knowing that what you're doing, that this is the process by me, the way that it is working out, that you are on your right track, that you are doing what is yours to do, that there are no mistakes, that what is possible for one person is possible for you. And so we need to bring the state of mind, the consciousness, the awareness that we are on our right path, and everything is a means to the next end. And so the vision that we have, instead of us holding in our hearts and our minds of this idea of like, oh, well, let me go hurry up and get this done. Let me be done with my job today. Let me go ahead and get done with that task so I can go ahead and sit back and I can read my magazine at my desk because I got nothing else left to do. That's not bringing your whole faith and purpose into the work, into your job, current job, if you're trying to do the minimum in order so that you can receive the maximum. Do you get how that's incongruent? You can't be a person of inefficient action and a person who is just waiting for your good or for the dessert to show up. You need to take care of the task at hand and know that all of this has brought you to where you're at, so you can awaken to the new idea of what you would love to be, do, and have, the life that is within you that is seeking to emerge and express. Then you need to bring that energy into whatever action it is that you're doing today. And that makes it efficient and powerful. And he says in the book that do every day all you can do that day and do every act in an efficient manner. This is how we realize the success that we're seeking. So we think in a certain way and we act in a certain way, which we're bringing action that is congruent with the vision we would love to have and experience. But the action, in order for it to be efficient, must be congruent with the thinking. I shared a couple weeks ago something else that Wallace Wattles wrote. He said, I can succeed, and all that is possible to anyone is possible to me. I am successful. I do succeed, for I am full of the power of success. So bring that faith. Bring the purpose. Know that what you're doing today is laying the foundation for what is being built and assembled and brought together by life itself. Know that what you're doing today, you are making welcome the good, the continued good, the expansion of good. That is what you are making welcome in your life by the action that you're taking today. So in order for action to be efficient, for us to act in a certain way, we need to know that the action that we're doing right here and now is part of the process. This is what it looks like while it's working out. And let's release any resentment or begrudging of where life has brought us to now, because it is the here and now by which we make welcome the future and what is yet to come. So I'd like to anchor that in an affirmative prayer this morning, and I invite you to join with me in knowing this. There is only one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that is all around me. It is in me, it is through me, it is operating as me here in this moment. What I declare and know is that even this word that I speak, these words that I'm speaking right now, it is the impulsion of life itself, setting the law of mind in motion for my good. And what I know, as I know this to be true for myself, I know it is true for each and every individual who is watching this Facebook Live. I know that this is the truth, not even just those who are watching this. I know it is the truth for every individual who has been inspired, who is God-breathed, and is taking those actions and steps in the direction of the life that they would love. And so what I know here this morning is that not only do I have the means and the ability to take that action, but I am inspired to take the action, because I know that here, right now, that the life that it is in me, that it is guiding me and directing me, and that in that life, in that mind, in my mind, which is one with the intelligence of the universe, in that mind is not just possibility, but there is faith and purpose. And that is what I release today, that I set free today in everything that I do. My faith and my purpose is evident and expressed, and it is radiating out from me, and I see it evidenced around me and outpictured and reflected back to me That as I express this faith, as I express my purpose in the work that I am doing, in the action that I'm doing right here and now, and each and every moment in this day, I know that I am truly co-creating. I am collaborating with life. And the power that is in me, it is the power of life. And so I don't even have to make it. It is expressed. And I see it reflected and mirrored back to me in every situation, in every circumstance, and especially in my health, in my relationships, in my work, in my authentic life. I see my life right here and now today as authentic. It is real. It is true. And it is not lacking in anything, because life is moving me, and life is what is my experience right here and now. Perfect, whole, and complete. This is the truth, and I'm so grateful for it, and I'm grateful for how it, my good, flows effortlessly, freely, easily, right here and now into my life and into yours. This word that I speak, it is the truth. As you hear this word, as I say, speak in the first person, it is your truth too. So I'm so grateful for this, and I just allow this to be by saying, and so it is. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I know that not only is it possible, but that is the will of life for you. And as we just allow life to light up for us what is ours to do, we not only know what to do, but we have the power and the means and the ability to do it with faith and purpose. And this is efficient action. Tomorrow we are going to be moving into the next chapter. It is chapter 13, I believe, about getting into the right business. Getting into the right business. And so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Peace and love. Namaste.